Hello everyone, hope you're all doing amazing today. My name is Mr. Hero. Welcome back to I Was Wrong. In today's episode of I Was Wrong, we are going to be looking at Series 2 Hex. Here she is right here. So for those who don't know, Series 2 Hex's Wow Pow is basically the giant skull. I'm going to summon it right now actually. Here it is, the giant skull. And this skull does ridiculous damage. It's honestly probably the most broken thing I've ever seen. But enough of the yapper, let's get right into it. Okay, here we are. So, Series 2 Hex, there's a lot to talk about. So, the normal attack is this one. Not really much to talk about, doesn't really do that much damage. Just mainly used to just like chip away at smaller enemies. Now this is where the Wow Pow comes into play. Here it is. And time for the big damage. Look at that. 280 per hit. 280 per hit. Look at that. Beautiful damage right there. And that is basically what you're going to want to be doing with Hex. And there's a little trick as well in Chapter 7 where you can early kill the Chompy Mage with that Wow Pow just because of how insane and how much damage it actually does. So due to that, that is absolutely insane damage. It is incredible. I love it. And when we get into this little mini arena right here, I'm going to be using the Bone Wall. For those who don't know what the Bone Wall is, you obviously haven't played Hex, but it's right here. This thing. Spiky thing. So now what we're going to want to do is quickly jump down here, charge up the Wow Pow, and let it rip. When it wants to. When it wants to. Okay. So the skull just got a little bit bored. Apparently didn't want to really do anything. Okay, skull. There you go. There we go, skull. Bang. Look at that. Beautiful damage. Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And yeah, this is it. This is the Hex gameplay that you've all been waiting for. 280 damage per hit. That is the Hex, peak Hex gameplay that you're going to get when using Series 2. I mean, it's obvious. Look at that. The damage is insane. Sure, it didn't want to respond for like the first part, but it's fine. The damage builds up. And honestly, I love it. I love the damage that Hex can do. I'm going to always do that, by the way. On every single I Was Wrong episode, I'm always going to hit the sheep. Alright, so let's charge up another skull. And bang. 420 on the crits. So it's 280 normal damage, 480 on the crits. Yikes. That is a lot of damage. That is honestly insane work. Okay, so I didn't mean to do that, but it's probably going to work anyway. So yeah, 52 damage with the actual charge. So if you're in a situation where you can't charge up the skull, just send them off really. They still do insane damage, but not as insane as the actual skull itself. Like the big skull right here. So now we want to be careful here. Because even though this Wow Pow is strong, this is where it could bring us a little mini disadvantage. So we just want to kill those real quick and then just wait for the skull to wear off. That's the plan. And then I believe we can push you back. There you go. Actually, I don't think we even need to do that because we can just do this. And then just keep walking into the gate. There we go. And that is bridge skip done with Hex. Quite easy, really. Definitely a very easy gate skip to get. But with that, we're moving on to the final arena. And I must admit, I was wrong about Hex. That's pretty much all you wanted to hear. I was wrong about Hex. And the reason is, well, you've seen the reason yourself, so I don't really need to go over it. The Wow Pow is ridiculous. Probably the most broken Wow Pow along with Series 2 Prison Break. And I decided to buy Hyper Beam Prison Break. And there's a reason for that. It's because this was fairly recently. I believe it was Skylander who did a poll, and basically everyone chose Series 3 Hyper Beam over Series 2. And that's just not right at all. I mean, I get it. Some people choosing looks. I mean, there's two different types of characters, right? There's the ones that look good and the ones that deal good. And the ones that deal good are like Series 2 Wrecking Ball, Best Magic Skylander in Giants. And who else could we compare this to? Hothead. Hothead as well. And then there's the ones that look cool, but are not really that good, like Thumpback, Eyebrawl, even though Eyebrawl UNM recently got beaten by Scavenger. I'll leave the link to that run in the description. And then there's also Spyro. Spyro's Series 2 Wow Pow is honestly not good at all. Like, it's just, I can't see any usage of it, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I really can't see any use of the... Since in UNM you're not really going to be wanting to use that, since the charge is your main form of speed. But with that, we're moving on to Brock. Now, Brock is the usual, no it's not, I lied. We're going to do things a little bit differently. We're bringing in the Skull. Brock versus Skull. And it one-shots Brock. The Skull one-shots Brock. If you need any more information on how OP Hex is, there it is. One-shotting a boss. Wow. But I believe now I've proven the point, and I can finally say I was wrong about Hex. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.